Hello and welcome back to another Space Engineers mod showcase video. In today's video, we're looking at something very fun, which you might recognize from Elite Dangerous. This is the Frame Shift Drive Supercruise, which is this lovely thing sitting right behind me. Now I know what you might be thinking, that's just a regular jump drive, but we're just going to ignore the model for the moment because it's very different. So unlike our regular jump drive where after a countdown we jump a massive chunk depending on how many you've got on your ship and of course how heavy your ship is, the Supercruise will allow you to fly at some extreme speeds and even allow you to change course while it's happening. So to make this a bit more simpler, what I'm going to do is grab hold of my character. We're just going to waltz over to the actual flight seat and we're going to give it a whirl. And in case you're interested, I am flying a Anaconda and I'm using the Skybox from Elite Dangerous. Anyway, grabbing hold of my character, coming over to this doorway, all the way inside and getting into the seat, I'll bring up the hotbar. We're just going to drag this all the way across down to here, and then activate the Supercruise, where then we'll get a countdown and of course a audio cue from Elite Dangerous, where after a certain amount of time, instead of jumping, we're simply going to be propelled forwards at some extreme speeds. And there we go, we're now going at 5C, we can increase this by holding up, and we'll get faster and faster and faster, and well, there's not really anything around here to measure how fast we're going. But if we wanted to stop, we simply press it again and we'll instantly stop. But as I was saying, we can easily move the ship around, realign our course if we're going completely off, and of course use this to skedaddle away from any kind of danger. But let me just go and stop the ship. So hopping out of here and coming all the way around to the back of the ship, what I'll do is place a very convenient little beacon like so. There we go, there is Mr. Beacon, which is going to make sure he's at the maximum range. Yes, he is. And now we're going to jump away again. So all the way over to here, we can see our beacon sitting right behind us at 53 meters. And we're going to start jumping. I'm going to aim the camera all the way back to here. And as soon as we're ready, we're just going to shoot off away from it. And it should be at quite some speed. And there we go. We're now going to speed all the way up. 20 kilometers, 40, 50, and it's gone. And we're not even at maximum speed that this thing can go up to. So if I was to hold all the way up, we can go up to a maximum of 50C, which is very nice and a little bit overkill for space engineers. So as for the item itself, it's very simple. You just add it in through the mod menu, you find it inside the spawn menu, and then just slap it onto the ship like a regular jump drive. By coming in here and find the jump drive, we can see its cost right there, where it is exactly double our regular jump drive cost. So there's the jump drive, there's the frame shift drive, and it does require 50 megawatts in order to power, which shouldn't be too much of an issue once you start building large reactors. So there we go with that, you just slap it anywhere on the ship, and you'll be ready to go. But what you should not do, and which is what I found out while testing this, is of course activate it while standing around and not in a seat. So we come over here and find the antennas, we're just going to turn them on for the moment, there we go, put them up to maximum speed, and now we're going to just hit that. There we go, it's now going to start up, and it's going to just jump away into the distance. We're just going to be left here all by ourselves as it just flies away into the distance, and there is absolutely nothing you can do. There it goes. So yes, do make sure you are sitting in the seat before you activate it, and of course let your passengers know that it's going to happen. So what we'll do for the moment is just come into here, we're going to find our entity and just stop it for the moment. In fact, we're going to have to depower it, there we go, and we're simply going to have to fly all the way back over to this. We'll test out what happens while we're standing right in the ship to see what happens. So we're just going to come all the way over to here. We're going to need to repower up the reactors in order to open up all the doors. Come into here, find our reactors, turn that on, there we go, all the way inside. And now we're just going to power this thing up once again. So what we're going to do is now activate the frame shift drive. Here we go. We're now just going to close up our doors. And here we go. Let's see what happens when we jump from inside while not sitting down. Shouldn't be too bad, I don't think. But it just flies away. So you really should make sure that your passengers know that you're about to jump, otherwise they might be a little bit stranded. So what we're going to do for one final thing, because it's very self-explanatory with what this thing does and what you can do with it, we're simply going to charge along towards this super giant version of Earth to see what happens. So now we're going to start this up, and we're just going to go straight towards it, and we'll see if it stops us in time. Here we go, all the way forwards. I'm now going to charge up 10C, 20, 30, 40, it's getting closer. We're now at maximum speed going towards the Earth-like planet. Let's try and get onto the sunny side of things. And here we go all the way forwards. It hasn't stopped us just yet. It should start to stop us, but I don't think it's going to. But it did. It just instantly shut off the jump drive as soon as we got into the planetary gravity. And you can see there that I am just on the outer cusp of the planetary's gravity field. So it does have a built-in safety system, so you can't just slam yourself into an Earth-like planet by accident. Which means that you can move around very, very quickly in the base game if you are using this mod. So you can simply point yourself towards another planet in the distance and then charge along it at super speeds, rather than using a jump drive and perhaps risking jumping past it if you're not too sure the distance you're going. So it's a very safe mod to use, and it doesn't seem to be any risk whatsoever at crashing into stuff. But that is basically it for what the Frame Shift Drive Supercruise has to offer. There'll be a link to it in the description below if you do wish to download and play around with it yourself. Highly recommend you do. There'll also be a link to the ship that I'm currently using, as well as the Elite Dangerous Skybox, which you can see all the way around. So thank you all for watching, and I'll be back with another video some point soon. Bye bye.